Give me 45 seconds and I'll give you a millionaire makeover while I give myself one, because I'm about to speak in about 2 hours and I look like this. So I went from being 18 years old making $8 an hour, not really knowing what to do with my life, had literally no confidence, so much anxiety, to now I'm a millionaire. I'm 24 years old. I own rental properties, speak at events, all the things. And there's kind of a method to the madness, which is actually what I'm speaking about today, but I'll give you guys a more condensed version. So step number 1 is you need to create an alter ego version out of yourself and step into her every single day and align your decision making with her process. For example, I want you to imagine your bad bitch self 1 year from now walks in and sits right next to you. What does she think? What does she speak? How does she act? How does she make other people feel? Where is her business at? And what's the energy that she gives off that other people are like, oh, who's this girl? One person you can think of is Marilyn Monroe. That wasn't even her real name. Her real name was Norma Jean. And Norma Jean was a regular ass bitch. But she had this alter ego version of herself where she could snap her fingers, step into this energy, and everybody started treating her differently and they became obsessed. All right, now that we're in this bad bitch Marilyn Monroe energy, you need to get lucky. Not like that, but you do need to increase your likelihood for attracting lucky opportunities. So what I'm talking about in my speech is there's literally a formula on how to be lucky. You need to think of luck as like a graph. So you yourself, you're right here, you're this line, okay? And then the opportunities that'll fall throughout your life are like raindrops falling on this line. And every single time your life and one of the opportunities intersects, this is where the luck happens. These are the opportunities, and you need to take action at this intersection point. And one thing I'm talking to them about is how to increase your luck, which means if you only have this much surface area on this line, like you don't have that many skill sets, you're not really like that bitch yet, your line's only here. So you're gonna be missing opportunities, right? But if you increase the surface area of who you are, how much of like a bad bitch you are, and you put yourself in the right rooms, you're going to be able to attract multiple opportunities, and you're gonna be like, what? Why are all these opportunities coming up? I'm so lucky. It's like, no, you're lucky because you were that bitch before. And now the opportunities are just like coming to you because you are a magnet for it. And number 3, you need a skill set. My skill set was sales. And so in this training, I'm doing a mini sales training with them, basically on how to sell without sounding cringy. And in short, you do this by not selling. It's a concept I teach called reverse selling, where instead of just yapping on about why your product or business is so good and why somebody should buy it, you reverse the energy flow and you ask them intentional questions in order to get themselves to speak their own sale. Because human psychology is they don't listen to a word you say. They'll listen, but they'll see it with a frame of like, oh, this person's obviously biased because they're selling that. So what you need to do is you need to get them to say their own words, get them to say what they want, and their words are law. Because people don't say things unless they truly believe them. It goes against your own human psychology. But anyways, get a skill set, whatever it is. Mine was sales and learning how to sell. And number 4, and this is where it gets fun, you need to scale. When you have the hot girl ego, the hot girl mindset, when you have the luck, when you have the skill set, you now need to literally let every single person know and shove it down their throats how good you are, and that's how you scale. For me, I did that through content. So I built 900,000 followers on Instagram in the span of like a year and a half. I get 70 million impressions every single month. And it's because I figured out how to sell through content. And there's a whole method of like how to post content and sell through it. Obviously, I built my $10 million company through content. I know this video is already long. I don't have mascara on yet though, so I'll tell you about it. So there's 3 components to selling through content that I use for every single yap video. If you've ever seen me yapping in the car, just know it's actually very intentional and there's a reason it works. And there's a reason I flood your For You page. The 3 components are hook, value, and then a soft sell. One of my videos that got like 2.5 million views, it was how to turn the I need to think about it sales objection into a Chanel bag. And this person who's watching's brain is gonna want to close that loop of how the fuck did she get from overcoming a sales objection to buying a Chanel bag? And your human psychology like wants to close the loop, so therefore they're gonna watch the whole video. Now that we have that solid hook, the value needs to be so fucking good. That way when somebody's actually watching this video, they're like, wait, this video, I thought it was kind of a clickbait, but she is so good at what she's doing. She's so smart, I'm gonna follow her. We want to turn people into followers through so much value. So when I tell them, this is how you would overcome the whole objection, then I would end it with the soft sell, which was essentially, now that we learned how to overcome the I need to think about it objection and we just closed the deal, we just made about $600 on a pay in full. Overcome 5 of these, and that's how my students take their sales commission and go to the Chanel store. Because now the person who's watching my content is gonna go, wait, she has students, they earn money, what are they selling, They check the comments, they're like, I don't get it. And And then they find my hard CTA, which is always in the comment section, like, you know, the very first pinned comment of my academy saying, if you want to learn for free from Shelby on how to make money in sales, there's a free training. Then I'll show them how to get into high ticket sales for free. And then I kind of show them like what we do on the paid side with my mentorship. And if they want to join, then they buy. The reason this works so well is because it's more of a softer sell. Like they literally had to get the information themselves. I didn't shove it down their throats being like, and this is why you should get into high ticket sales. Da, 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 da. I'm like, no, this is how my girls do it. If you want more info on it, you can get it yourself. But this was a way longer video than I intended it to be. So if you made it to the end, I'm sorry I didn't finish getting ready, but I love you and you have a special place in my heart because you just heard me yap for 6 minutes. But you now have a millionaire makeover, so love ya.